Bam! Monday, motherfuckers. Vlog today. The fuck else do you think's going on? Alright, maybe that was a little bit more aggressive than it could have been. But what can you do? Either way. I don't know what's up for today's vlog. Much like I have been doing a lot lately. Okay, so, if you haven't checked out yesterday's podcast, let's start with this. If you haven't checked out yesterday's podcast, go check that out. I talk about maybe possibly starting up a Patreon. It's a way that I'm going to be able to bring the short films, bring the vlogs, everything on this channel to another level as well. It's something that you guys can help me out with out there, if you want to, obviously. Either way, just go check out the podcast. We talk movie remakes, all that, and then we talk to Patreon. So far, it seems like it's kind of mixed. Some people think it's a good idea. Some people think I'm trying to get money. Well, if the people out there who think I'm just trying to launch a Patreon so I can get money, fuck you. That's all I have to say about that one. What's gonna go on? Maybe some more gameplay. I've been having a lot of fun doing those video game videos, so I'm gonna do some more of those today. Yeah. I don't know. Roll the intro.
My philosophy, any child can see, good is evil, and therefore all evil is good.
Alright. Coming. Oh no. Oh, why do I have to be 5'9"? That's the easy one. It's the Kylo Ren one that's the son of a bitch. I got fucking pig mask hair on me.
I want to play a game.
Let's play a game. I imagine that's how I would be in a Jigsaw thing. Super sarcastic and not taking things seriously. It's perfect. I wasn't even gonna do the stash and everything today. Was gonna keep it au naturel. But the Jigsaw mask got it all fucked up. Started feeling all, self-conscious about it. So I had to twist the stash. Had to be done. Yeah, well, I've gone au naturel on this. I honestly just feel like having that much of an accent. That's not how I usually say it. One thing I feel like is always going to bug me is these little zombies. I probably should have moved my wax melter before I did this. But those little zombies on my dresser there, I almost had all 20. And I could never find the remaining 2 that I needed. I needed the weightlifter and the punk rocker. And I was never able to find those. Some bitch. Got a little chilly, so I had to throw my sweater on. Either way, not the point of this clip. Yesterday on the podcast, I was talking about I wanted to find the other, the T-800 from Terminator 2, and then I believe it's labeled Tech Noir. But either way, the one from the original Terminator, the first movie. Let's make sure I'm in frame here. And, yeah, I was able to find them on Amazon. They're around, $30 each. NECA made them, so I'm, fucking right away I'm already sold on them. The ones from, the police station and everything from Terminator 2, but after he's been through shit, so his, hands are all messed up. He has, the one exposed eye. The one from Terminator 1 is actually really dope, too, because it has that interchangeable head where he has the exposed eye, and then the forearm showing all the, mechanics and everything under the skin. I don't know, that stuff is super dope to me. And, I don't know, the way I have, the T-1000 set up, because I think it looks cool, all damaged up like that. I think it'd be a dope little set. Either way, shall be mine one day. Shall be mine. Alright, kids are going to be home soon. Going to get them some lunch. Might get some lunch myself, because I haven't eaten yet. Might be a good idea, too. And then, yeah. Maybe we'll play some Shadow of Mordor. Or maybe I'll do a movie review today instead. yeah, do a movie review today. Did some gameplay for the last couple ones, so do something else. Well, this is exciting. I was going through some old stuff, and I found it's got a shiny thing, so I'll try and get a good one. This book, one of my favorite books that I have. Of course, it's only fake, like, focusing on my face. Either way. It's called The Real Jack the Ripper, The Secret of Prisoner 1167. This is actually, for me, this was kind of actually makes, like, one of the most compelling arguments for, like, a suspect as far as, like, Jack the Ripper goes. I don't want to give everything away, but basically, like, this man, I believe his name is James Kelly. James Kelly. Bam. In 1888, he escaped from Broadmoor, mental hospital, mental asylum. If that sounds familiar, you've probably seen Bronson. Either way, the crimes that he was in there for, kind of match up with certain, like, I guess you could say, like, tendencies that Jack might have had. There's certain other just, like, things, even from, like, his childhood, like, leading up to his adult life and, like, past his escape from Broadmoor, makes a very, very compelling case and, like, argument as to why James Kelly could have been, like, Jack the Ripper. Even with Jack the Ripper, that might be one of those things that, like, those cases, it never really loses its, like, intrigue or mystique about it. Like, people still to this day wonder who Jack the Ripper was. They wonder, was he actually caught for something else and people just didn't know, was he Jack the Ripper? Did he just fucking, like, did he die? Because, like, it's not like healthcare was that great back then. Did he get killed? Or did he just get away with it? Or was he an old man who escaped from a mental asylum? Ah, good folks. If you're not into reading, I suggest you give it a shot. It'll show you a whole new world. But either way, if you guys want to check this out, The Real Jack the Ripper, The Secret of Prisoner 1167. It's written by James Tully. Bam. Enjoy. Okay, good folks. We were going to do a movie review, but I just noticed something that I kind of feel we should I don't know. I feel it could be an example or at least something to discuss. So let's get into it. Dana White, the president of the UFC. If you're not familiar, a lot of shit's been going on lately. He's been outspoken against fighters. He's made a lot of comments towards, like, champions and everything, where it's like, even the fighters themselves are like, man, what the fuck? If you're the president of the company, you can't talk about, like, the guys you're employing to fight for you like that. Like, you can't talk shit about them. It doesn't work like that. Well, last night, Mario Yamasaki, some say it was a controversial thing. Kevin Lee had Michael Chiesa in a rear naked choke. For those that aren't familiar with that position, is if somebody was on my back right now, they would have their legs around my stomach here, and they would have, like, their arms basically like that around my neck from behind. So he was doing that. Michael Chiesa was hand fighting. He was trying to, like, fight the arms and everything, get the grip off. He moves his hands down here. Mario Yamasaki breaks, like, calls the fight off and everything. Michael Chiesa didn't go out and he didn't tap. Now, there is an argument that he could have gone out, but there's also an argument that he could have fought on. It's either way. Dana White puts this post out about Mario Yamasaki. Like, this isn't even the first time he's been outspoken against referees. I think it's one of those things, like, honestly, like, first, I'm going to get my thoughts out, and then I'll get into, like, an example or something I want to toss to y'all. So for me, as a fan of the sport, as a fan of the company, seeing like Dana White constantly coming out and kind of like talking like bad about referees, bad about fighters, especially how often it's been lately, I don't know. It's kind of it kind of like gives it a bit of a sour taste when you watch the events now. You know what I mean? Like even last night, Felice Herring in her post-fight interview in the Octagon said, I'm not going to call anyone out because every time I call somebody out, they never give them to me. It's like more and more the fighters are speaking out, and instead of doing something or, trying to figure it out, Dana White puts out like negative statements or comments about his fighters, now against the referees and everything again. And it's just like, what do you mean? Like, what are you doing? Eventually, all that's going to do is fucking sink the ship. You know what I mean? Like, fighters are going to start wanting to leave. Especially, like, Bellator. They're doing good right now. You know what I mean? Like, they're gaining a lot of attention. They're gaining a lot of traction. So, I don't know. What I want to toss to y'all to, like, I don't know. I want to hear your thoughts. Is, do you think, if you're, like, somebody in charge of, like, a company, a group, whatever it is, should be, like, outspoken and, like, public with, like, negative comments about it? Should you, like, you know, should you talk down about your employees or the members of your team in, like, public forums? Or do you think all that's going to do is really, like, basically give you an inevitable path to sinking your ship? I don't know. It's just super weird, especially for being a fan of the sport for a long time like this, seeing stuff like this now, especially, like, because it is more constant. It's like, I don't know. Like I said, it kind of gives a sour taste when you watch, sometimes when you watch, like, the UFC things. So yeah, I think we're going to cut the vlog for today. We'll do a movie review or something on Wednesday. Maybe we'll do a movie review and game thing. We'll just do a whole nerdy entertainment thing. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Either way, I hope y'all enjoyed today's vlog. I hope there's something in this vlog. I have a habit of not remembering what we've talked about throughout the day. Well, either way, mucho love, hooligans. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment below. Roll the outro.